I try not to be too clickbaity with my videos, but you guys seriously need to look at the potential for Olympic cards. What's going on, guys? Matt here, back again with another video. Before we start, smash the like button and hit subscribe if you enjoy sports card content, and comment down below which country you'll be supporting in this year's Olympic Games. If you guys watched one of my earliest videos talking about alternative sports cards, you guys would know that there's a huge market for these cards. Typically, people invest in sports like basketball, baseball, and football, but we see a rise in alternative sports like tennis and athletics as well. We've got an exciting time in the sports card hobby with the NBA playoffs coming up, as well as the Euros tournament. But you guys shouldn't be sleeping on the Olympics. People have been talking about the Euros having a large audience, but actually the Olympics will be far larger. Looking at the top 7 most viewed broadcasters of all time, you can actually see that 6 out of the top 7 are Olympic Games. You've got 3.6 million people who watched the 2016 Rio Olympics, and the advantage of this is that you're not just getting a few countries participating and watching, but you're getting nearly every country in the world. So every country participating will not only tune in to watch their own athletes, but also the main events as well. If you guys didn't hear the news last week, the streaming platform Twitch actually announced that they'd be partnering up with NBC Olympics. In doing so, they're going to be showing live footage as well as providing a recap and showing highlights of each day of events. This is absolutely great for the alternative sports card market because Twitch is marketed towards the millennial generation, and this will just ease the accessibility for the younger audience to watch the Olympics. With an increased young audience comes increased attention and hype, and I think we'll have some key performers have their cards go up as well. People have been starved of the Olympics because it's been delayed a year because of the coronavirus, and with some countries still in strict lockdown, we have the unique opportunity to unite over an event. The Olympics is personally my favourite sporting event in the world and something that runs true to my heart. So let's try and find 3 key athletes that have the potential to perform well in this year's Olympics. Let's go to the first athlete, and you might have heard this name in a previous video, but it's the American athlete, Caleb Dressel. For those of you guys that don't know, the 2 most watched Olympic sports are swimming and track and field. Swimming takes place in the first half of the Olympics, and following the conclusion comes track and field. Swimming also has the 2nd most events in the Olympics, only losing out to track and field again. When you think of Olympic game athletes, you think of legends like Michael Phelps, who owns the Olympic gold medals record. Other athletes as well, like Mark Spitz and Ian Thorpe. Now, Caleb Dressel is being forecasted as the next swimmer to take over Michael Phelps' legacy. A ridiculous legacy to try and emulate, as Phelps is the Olympic GOAT. If I had to compare Dressel to a basketball player, I'd say he's similar to like a Luka Doncic. Someone who is young and has shown a lot, breaking records and being compared to the all-time greats at a young age. In the 2017 World Championships, Dressel actually tied Michael Phelps for the most gold medals at a World Championships. And in 2019, he broke the championship record for most medals at an event with 8. Now, Phelps in the 2008 Beijing Olympics broke the record for the most gold medals at a single games with 8. Dressel won't have the ability to break or match that, but he's got the ability to win 7 gold medals, which will tie the 2nd most gold medals won at a single Olympic Games. Dressel will be participating in the 100 free, 100 butterfly, 50 meter freestyle, 4x100 meter freestyle, 4x100 medley, 4x100 mixed medley, and the 4x200 relay. If Dressel even wins 3 to 4 gold medals, he'll become one of the biggest, if not the biggest names to come out of the Olympics. And that will be huge for potential for all of his swimming cards. He's only 24 years old, so I can definitely see him doing another Olympic Games, which will add to his potential medal tally. Dressel will also have the ability to break a few world records, which is huge for the sport because a lot of these world records were set in now banned swimsuits. When we're talking about his rookie card is his 2019 SI for Kids Tear Out card, which currently goes for $15 US. The huge potential I see with this card is that there's 0 cards currently on the PSA pop report, so you could potentially snag a card and send it in to PSA and have a low pop card in your hands. Keep in mind, the tear out cards are actually very hard to grade, so if you do get an uncut sheet, be very wary when you're tearing it out. Also, don't cut them out with scissors, as PSA will grade them as altered. Moving on, the 2nd athlete we're going to highlight is the American gymnast Simone Biles. With the alternative sports card market, as it's quite small, you have to avoid the penny stock sort of athletes. With Simone Biles, you have the complete opposite, as she's the GOAT of gymnastics. You wouldn't hear a peep about gymnastics outside of the Olympics, but surprisingly, it's been the most watched sport since the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games. If I had to compare Simone Biles to a basketball player, I'd have to say she's Michael Jordan. She's an innovative gymnast, and at the 2019 World Championships, she even showed off 2 skills that have never been performed in women's competition. She now has 4 skills named after her, and she has plans to debut a 5th skill that has never been performed by a female in the Olympics. Biles has been so dominant that normally the difference between 1st and 2nd place in a competition is 3 to 5 tenths of a point. But when Biles wins, she typically wins by over a point. Biles is now also the most decorated gymnast in World Championship history with 25 medals, and she's definitely going to be adding to this number in the future. She also hasn't lost an all-round competition since 2013, which is ridiculous no matter what sport you follow. Whilst there are rumours that she may retire after the Tokyo Olympics, she's hinted that if she goes well, she might even go until the 2024 Paris Games. Biles' rookie card is the 2014 SI for Kids Tear Out card, and this currently goes for $10 US each. Again, this has huge potential for being graded, as a PSA 9 recently went for $1,800 US. The potential of going from $10 to $1,800 is unheard of, and I see huge opportunity here. And the last athlete that I'm going to be highlighting today is the Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka. I think Osaka is going to prioritize winning this gold medal as the games are being done in her home country. What other motivation do you need than winning in front of your home crowd for your own country and becoming a sporting hero? Osaka has been tipped to take over Serena Williams' mantle once she retires, and she's already started doing so. She actually got recently knocked out of the Italian Open, which is played on a clay surface, and has been open about her struggles on the clay surface with the French Open coming up. But in good news, the Olympics will be done on a hard surface, which Osaka specializes on, and all 4 of her Grand Slams have come on hard courts. She currently has 2 Oz Open titles and 2 US Open titles at the age of 23. If you guys remember my LaMelo versus Zion video, you'd know there was a list that had Zion as the 3rd most marketable athlete in 2019. Well, the name that was first on that list was Naomi Osaka. She recently became the highest paid female athlete of all time in 2020, earning over $37 million US, with just over $34 million coming from endorsements. Osaka's rookie card is the 2018 SI for Kids Tear Out card, and it currently goes for $150 US. We can see after her Oz Open win in late February, the card actually hit $450 to $550 US, so just imagine what a gold medal can do to her market. In February, Osaka's PSA 9 went for $13,000 US on Probstein, but I'd be weary because I think it was shielded and it was also at the peak of Osaka's high. The risk here is Osaka being booted out of the tournament early, but you can feel safe knowing that she's a rising star and probably has more Grand Slams in her. That's it for today's video, guys. 2 cheap plays that I think you should be getting around, and 1 sort of mid-end card there as well. Appreciate it as always. Let me know down below what you guys think of Olympic cards. Make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe if you're enjoying the sports card content. And as always, I'll see you guys in future videos. Take care.